Hi, I'm matching her.
Hi, I'm matching her.
Just kidding. We did that unintentionally. But we are actually matching.
Yes, for the listeners, we are actually matching.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Kendall.
And this is the JK Podcast.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're wearing similar tank tops that have like
the same line,
like the same like outer line
hem
color. Well,
thing.
that's actually different colors, but they look really similar.
Yeah,
and they're white tank tops.
Yes. Also, for the viewers,
it's kind of obvious.
Dyed my hair. My hair is black, and then the underneath is blue.
And
so
she used to have blonde hair for the listeners.
Yes.
Who never saw Kendall. She has blonde hair.
Yes. So,
it's
just I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with it because it brings out Kendall's blue eyes, and it makes her blue eyes freaking pop. It looks so good.
Thank you.
I stand.
Okay.
Legend.
So, today,
very exciting.
Yes, we are talking about 80s movies, which is my favorite type of movie at all in total.
Of movie.
Whatever. It's just my favorite kinds of movies in general. I'm killing a bug. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's what we do on this podcast.
Yeah, it's like 90-something degrees outside today.
It's really humid. It's been humid for the past while now.
Yeah, so that's why we're both wearing tank tops. But,
kind of have to survive.
Bug is on the inside. My God.
Oh,
I'm gonna have so many bugs in here. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your
Our
fault.
doors are open.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yes.
Yep.
So, we're just gonna be, like, going through, like, kind of our favorites of 80s movies and then just kind of talking about what we think about them. And
yeah, because we grew up, like, watching 80s movies because both of our parents, my parents were teenagers and then, like, college age in the 80s.
That's my parents graduated in the 80s, so high school.
I guess my parents did, but I can't remember. Hold up, 18, when is that? 65 plus 18, that's a lot. 7.
Well, that would be
80-something. Yeah, early 80s, I was gonna say.
Dad was born in 60s.
So my dad technically did not graduate in the 80s. He graduated in 79, I think.
Ding dang. Wow.
Craziness. But yeah, so we both grew up watching 80s movies. Yes. Different 80s movies, though. So we've been able to kind of, like, share sometimes. Yes. Like, you're like, oh, watch this. And especially because you love them so much. I do. She'll share with me good ones to watch.
Out of my top 3, 2 of them are 80s movies. So.
Yeah, top 3 of all time.
Yes, all time.
Okay, so I think you should start us off because this is your area.
This is just my area. 80s are my favorite decade ever.
Yeah. Kendall, like I said.
I love the music. I love the style.
Oh, the music is so good, though.
I love the movies. I love, honestly, everything about it. I think it's so... The colors.
We wish we were teens in the 80s.
We did. We should have... We were born in the wrong generation.
Life is so hard.
Honestly. But, anyways. So, these aren't in any particular order. We just kind of were thinking about them as we were thinking of what to talk about.
Yeah, I was talking about for the podcast. I looked up just, like, classic 80s
movies.
So.
But the first one I have is 16 Candles. And I know that Jess is not a big fan. But I love 16 Candles because, well, I love Molly Ringwald.
Who doesn't?
And my mom loves Molly Ringwald. So, like, that just kind of transferred. But I don't know why I like it. When
did you watch it for the first time? Just out of curiosity. Were you young?
I was probably like 13.
Okay.
12 or 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I feel like I might have watched it before when I was younger, but it's not like I would understand much of what was happening.
Yeah.
But, the first time I actually kind of more so understood what was happening was, I think I was 13 or 14 probably. But, yeah, and then I definitely watched it when I was 16, and I was like, what? But, no, I don't know why I have always been drawn to it, but there's, like, some super raunchy things in it. But I just love, I don't know why, but I think the whole dynamic of, like, just the nerds, like, with Anthony Michael Hall and,
he's great in that movie.
Yeah, I just love Anthony Michael Hall back then, too. I'm just like, oh my God, he was
so
adorable. But yeah, he was just an adorable actor, too. But, I just, like, I don't know why, I really can't explain
it. Just resonates with
but
you.
It does. It's just, like, I think it just is an interesting concept because it's like your 16th birthday when you're young is like such a big thing, and then your whole family just forgetting.
Yeah.
And then just because your older sister, who's like a chaotic mess, is getting married or whatever, but like, I don't know.
I just saw that screenshot on Pinterest because I've been saving pins from another 80s movie that we will definitely talk about later, another John Hughes 80s movie. But Kendall was killing a bug.
I'm sorry.
Are you wondering what that noise was? But I just saw a screenshot from 16 Candles, and it's like the scene with him and her, and she has like the cake, and it's just so like it's pretty. It does just like melt my heart to see that. But like I feel bad that I don't like it. Like it's not a bad movie.
Right.
It's just I think because also I'd heard about it for so long that I had an idea of what it was. I just had an idea of what it was going to be like.
Right.
And then just to find out, I don't know, just some of the raunchy stuff.
There is a lot of raunchy things in there. It's just a little
too much for me. And the fact that the whole story is literally just based on the relationship. But there's lots of movies that I like that are like that, so I can't really judge it that harshly. So, like, I get why people like it, but I guess I just thought it was going to be different than how it was.
I mean, and it's like an earlier John Hughes movie, so it's definitely doesn't have as much of, like, a John Hughes, like, charm to it.
It's just not one of my favorite. Like, I have other John Hughes movies that I prefer.
Oh, yeah.
So.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
I have a lot of favorite John Hughes movies, but none of them are in my top 3. Yeah. Like, neither of them are my top. For him being such an iconic 80s director.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
And especially because, like, I feel like they always resonate with, like, girls more.
Right. Just because they're all, like, coming of age.
Yeah, and they normally have a higher romance as, like, a main factor in the movie.
But, yeah, so I guess that's that about 16 Candles. You want to go?
Yeah, because this actually connects. I realized my first on my list, because again, these are not in any particular order. The first is Pretty in Pink, which we
love that
Kendall
movie.
Got me to watch this movie.
It's my mom's favorite movie of all time. So when I first watched it, which I guess I was 17, so it was senior year, and I first watched it, and I was like, I love this. I was just surprised that she never showed it to me earlier. But,
well, because also, wait, a little thing, sorry, I didn't say about 16 Candles, was my parents actually wanted us to watch it when we were younger, me and my brothers, and I think I was like 10 or 11, and then we got it on DVD, and my parents had seen the clean version because they saw it on TV, so they cut out, like, the raunchy stuff, and it starts with, like, the shower scene, right?
Shower scene.
There's, like, a shower scene. Yes, there is. It's nudity right in, like, the beginning. And me and my brothers went, nope, we're good, and we left. And so I went and, like, watched the Moody movie instead, because it was on Disney Channel or something. So that's just, like, then I went back and watched it later. So that's why I said I had different expectations, even though, like, I knew. I'm pretty sure that's in 16 Candles. It has to be, because I don't remember what other one. I don't know why.
Maybe I guess there's.
No, because it's not in Breakfast Club, and those are the only, like...
I don't remember there being a nudity scene, but there's definitely, like, an uncomfortable scene.
I don't know.
Uncomfortable is definitely a word that can be used to describe that.
I don't know, but that's off topic in sense.
Okay,
anyway.
it's okay.
But yeah, go back to Pretty in Pink, because you saw it, and your mom showing it to you.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I loved it so much, but I do. She loves Andrew McCarthy, who's the love interest in it, and I love him too. I don't know why, but he was just like, I don't know, he wasn't like the love interest that you would think for an 80s movie, I feel. Just because I feel like they more so go for, not like bad boys or whatever, but
that
like...
That does make sense though, based off of the other... Yeah.
Like in a lot of John Hughes movies and stuff. But he was also in Animal House, so I guess that's why a lot of people... I've never seen Animal House, but I know parts of it. But that was like the 70-something, 79, I want to say. But, so that's what they, like, knew him from. But he's just so adorable. Because he's just, like, he's very soft-spoken.
It's so funny because he literally looks and acts like, if anyone knows Colleen Ballinger, and she plays Miranda Simpson, probably everyone knows. She looks like her husband. He looks like her husband. Okay. Eric Stocklin. Eric Stocklin, that's his name. So you can look him up and tell me if he looks like the main lead. Because I think he looks exactly like him.
I don't. I still haven't even seen a picture of him, so...
He does to me. So it's weird. Every time I see him, I just go... It's Stockland! It's Eric! Stockland!
He's just, like, so soft-spoken, and I know that, they wanted, like, Charlie Sheen... Was it Charlie? It was Charlie? No, they wanted Charlie Sheen for the bad guy who James Spader plays in the movie.
Oh my gosh, that would have been weird.
Yeah, so, I mean, but I could still see them both playing kind of, like, the same-ish character, but, yeah, I don't know why. That movie's just so cool, because I think it's, like, one of the first ones to show more so, like, the point of view of, like, not, like, the weird girl.
Yeah,
that, like, not many people, like, that she's, like, her own kind of person. Like, she literally does not care what everyone else thinks about her.
She's very individual, and she's... One of the things I finally showed my mom it, because I watched it for the first time just a few months ago, and then I was like, oh, I think I really like this one. Like, I definitely liked it better than 16 Candles and We'll Get to Breakfast Club.
Right.
But, I watched those before, and then I finally watched Pretty in Pink, and I watched that on my own, because I watched...
Right.
Oh, no, I watched 16 Candles on my own as well. But I watched that one, and I just, like, rented it on Amazon, and I was like, oh, this one's got me, I think. And then, oh my gosh, wait, that's the slime one! Oh my gosh, Kendall's putting on the, like, what is it called?
The gloss?
No, but isn't there a name for, like, the green one? Is it just the slime one?
I don't know. It's just called, like, the
Shane Dawson's
slime. Yeah.
Gloss.
I know everybody hates him right now, but whatever. Jeffree Star has made... I know everybody hates Jeffree Star too, but he makes good makeup products,
it's
so...
true.
And they smell good and they last long.
That smells so good. It smells like limey, right?
It's supposed to be Sprite, like Sprite.
Oh my god.
The other one was root beer. But anyways, sorry.
It's okay. I was expecting you to let me smell it. I don't know why, and then you did, and I was like, yeah, it smells right. Nope, not 16 Candles. Pretty in Pink. And then I finally showed it to my mom, and she was like, well, I showed it to my mom and my dad, and my mom was like, I like that she always wants, like, the truth. She gets the truth out of everyone, and I was just like, I think I just love her character. I mean, Ducky's so cute, too. I love just how out there he is, and the first time when I watched it, and I watched the dancing scene, because you showed me that before, and then I realized how random it actually is when you watch it, and I was like, this is random, but now I, like, love it. Like, it's so cute.
Sweppy.
But just her as a character, just her individuality and the way that she, like you said, she doesn't care what other people think, and she, like, really just wants people to say things how they are. Right. Like, she's like, tell me, like, when, at the end, when she, like, corners the guy that she likes, and she's like, literally, you have to tell me straight to my face, I want to hear you say it. Like, I'm like, she's so, and even with her dad and being like, why can't you let my mom go? And just all this, like, oh my gosh, she's so good. Like, I'm so not like that. She's so straightforward. And she's, like, brutally honest, and I love it. And she's so cute because she makes her own clothes, and she's so, like, she's the one who keeps her dad in check, and she keeps Ducky in check, and helps him with his homework, and she's like, I want to be a good student, and, like, she's just a great, Andy's just perfect. She's a great character.
I love her.
And she's the best, which I think is what makes that movie so good.
And the music, I love the music in it.
Oh, it's good.
But she also works at a record shop, so that's really cool, too.
And her bomber jacket that she wears... I love that bomber jacket. She wears it in a few of the scenes. It's like a velvet green bomber jacket with, like, tigers on it.
I think so.
Oh my gosh, I want it.
And I love how, I never remember James Spader's character, whatever it is, like, the bad guy, whatever. Yeah. I love how, like, he wants her, but then she's just like, screw you. Yes. And then, you know,
she sticks to her guns on things. Right, she's like, you are trash, and you will not get me. Right. And then what's his name, says to her in the end, her love interest.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what
Andrew
his name
McCarthy.
is. Yeah, what he says to him in the end. Oh, when they're at the dance, and he's like, you know that she knows. And I was like, ooh, get on me. She rubs off on him, because he finally, like, stands up. To him, yeah. You should tell him what you told me about the ending.
Oh, yeah, so my mom has been reading this book, so she loves... obviously, like, a lot of John Hughes movies, so she's been reading this, like, book about it, and, there's a bunch of interviews and stuff about, like, all the movies that John Hughes and everything did, and the one for Pretty in Pink, it talked about how Andrew McCarthy, so John Hughes wrote the movie so it would end so Andy would get with Ducky, but then they did, like, a pre-screening with an audience, and, like, the audience booed because they didn't like it. So I
feel like I would be fine with that. I'd be like, I love Ducky. Yeah. Okay.
But
he's the one who's always there for Andy.
So then they had filmed the entire movie, so she ends with getting with Ducky. Yeah. So then a couple weeks later they had to go back and refilm the movie but Andrew McCarthy had already taken on another role, and he shaved his head.
Because it was a military film.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
it
was
Army or something.
Yeah, some sort of military film. So he had to wear a wig, and then the end scene that he's in is like super dark too, because it must have not been that good of a wig.
Because they like kiss like out by his car.
His car in the rain. Yeah, so it's like super dark. But I just thought that was so interesting that like. I can't believe that so many people like didn't like it.
Yeah,
with, like her getting with Ducky. I mean, I get it because like the entire movie.
Because my dad would have been okay with that because he didn't like the main love interest. He was like, he was not a fan of how he treated Andy and how he wasn't like standing up for her and to his friends and everything. So he would have probably been happy. Blaine, because that's an appliance. That's an appliance.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I just remembered that. I'm trying to kill bugs.
There's so many iconic quotes in that movie. That's what all the pins I've been saving on Pinterest have been. Because him just being like, I don't know if I have the emotional capacity to go to class today. Like, so many things. Him just lying on the bed and being like, I love her.
I know. He's tell her. I have to tell this woman that I love her.
And if she laughs, she laughs. Oh my gosh.
He's so cute.
Good. He's such a mood half the time. And Andy's the best. And that movie's just so freaking cute. And so I'm very excited that I watched it.
Yes.
You told me to watch it.
Yes.
And
it is a grand movie.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite John Hughes movies. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites.
That is in my top favorites, I think.
And I'm sad I didn't watch it sooner, because it is so freaking cute. I would have loved that in, like, high school or even middle school.
I'm surprised I didn't tell you, like, more about it after I watched it. Where's my notes?
But my parents had never watched it, so that's why I had to get Kendall.
Yes. So the next movie I have is Stand By Me, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
Talked about before. Yes. If you watch our other video, we'll put it up there and you can watch it or find it. That's like our second video.
I think so.
Third.
Yeah.
No, second.
Second. Anyways,
podcast.
Podcast, episode, video, whatever. Same thing.
Same difference, all of it.
But Stand By Me is directed by one of my favorite directors. I have pretty much only two favorite directors, which is Tim Burton and Rob Reiner. Yes, okay, I was like, Rob Schneider, who's Rob Schneider? No, Rob Reiner.
Once you say Rob, I didn't know who you were talking about for a second. Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah.
Rob Reiner. I love that movie, and I love Princess Bride, and I love Flipped. There's so many movies that he did that I just love. But, Stand By Me, I don't even remember the first time I watched it, because I've watched it so many times when I was younger. Like, I don't know, I was probably like 6 or so the first time I watched it. At least understood what was happening. Yeah. But, like, it's weird for, like, someone so young to be interested in a movie like that, because there's some very gruesome parts to it. And it's based off of a Stephen King book, so
it's like... Is it PG-13?
I think so.
That would sound right.
But, I mean... It's not like my parents really care that much.
How old I was when I first watched it, or when you first showed me.
Really?
So like 12, 13?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like middle school age,
probably.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. But, I've just always loved that movie, because I think I like a lot of the...
14. I must have been in I don't remember. Sorry, keep
going.
We
might have been freshmen.
Okay, that sounds right.
But I just love a lot of the, like... Not when I was younger, I didn't really point out a lot of this, but after, like, rewatching it so many times, like, I just love all the cinematic things in it. Like, I just love, there's so many pretty shots, and I just love the pacing, and I love how real they have, like, such young characters and everything. Like, how deep it goes, even though they're only 12, like, just going into how, like, a lot of, like, mental stuff is super cool, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure, is it Chris? I think that's what the one is. Okay, I was like, someone pulling in your driveway.
I hope not.
But Chris is like, they're all the same age, so he's the one that like, his brother is pretty awful, and he's the one that I guess brought the gun. But he has like so much. Wait, you should
explain the plot, because I don't know if a lot of people know.
Oh yeah, I guess a lot of people don't really know that movie.
We never explained the plots of the other movies too. We're really good plot counselors. I'm not saying. Hopefully you know. Well, you should know what 16 can. We talked about this plot.
Yeah, I would hope so. So, Stand By Me is this group of four boys. This is the summer going into 7th grade or 8th grade or something. I can't remember. They're all 12, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And they hear over so Vern, he was trying to find his pennies that he buried under the porch. So this is supposed to be based in the 60s, 50s or 60s. And he heard his like older brother talking about this missing kid, and supposedly he was out by the train tracks somewhere, so everybody kind of like assumed he was dead or something. So he told his friends, and he was like, hey, we should like go searching for this body, like I heard that there's a reward or whatever. So they all like get stuff together, they tell all their parents, they're like, I'm sleeping over at this person's house, this person's sleeping over that like, so it's just like a big old circle. And they pack up stuff and they just like go hiking. And okay, sorry, I got cut off. So what was I saying? I was saying that
the plot.
Yes, but what part?
Where,
they like hiked to the spot where they think that, or they know that the boy or whatever is supposed to be, but while like during this whole time, Chris has an older brother, so one of the boys, and then so does Vern, and they like drive there, so they like cheated pretty much, and it only took them like half the time or whatever, but so then, like, there's, like, this big quarrel or whatever between them at the end. But it's just, like, there's so many...
It's kind of like a mystery movie.
So, well, it's based off of a Stephen King book, so, like, take what you will of that.
Yeah.
But, it's not, like, super messed up or anything.
Like,
no. I didn't know it was a Stephen King book until, like, I wouldn't have guessed that way later.
Off of it. Like, I mean, it has, like, it's kind of, like, spooky a little bit, mystery, but it's not, like...
Yeah, there's definitely,
like, no raunchy like that.
No.
So.
There's definitely, like, spooky stuff, but, it's more just, like, I guess it's, I don't know, do you consider it, like, a coming-of-age story?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think so.
I guess a lot of 80s movies are.
He married that boy.
Yes. But, it's, I don't know why, I just always, like, have loved it, but I think it's also, I like the music, and the writing.
Oh.
The writing, like, some of the jokes and stuff, because it's very 12-year-old boy-esque jokes. Yeah. And they're so funny. I just, I don't know. I quote it all the time. There's some very good things. I don't know. I just love that movie. But, yeah, I mean.
It's a good movie.
It is. It's just period. It's just a good movie. Like, the casting and everything. And it's just so sad that, so River Phoenix played Chris. And it's so sad that he died at such a young age. I think he was... There goes my bracelet.
No! No! We'll fix it. We're going to fix it.
I'll try.
We're going to fit. No. We just made friendship bracelets. I don't know if this is gonna make the cut. I might. We just made friendship bracelets, and Kendall's just broke.
It's okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, River Phoenix. But it's really sad because the character that he plays in the movie, I guess this is like a spoiler, whatever.
So skip if you want.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know. Well, whatever, the character he plays, like, dies when he's, like, super young, too. So that's just, like,
sad.
Weird, you know? That's super unfortunate, but, he's a very talented dude, but got into drugs. Very unfortunate. It's Joaquin Phoenix's brother.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Joaquin Phoenix. But yes. Alright.
Next one!
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's a good one. So now we're going back to John Hughes. Because this is my favorite John Hughes movie. Because I grew up watching this one over and over and over again. I don't know why. I feel like my parents had, like, just, like, rolled a dice on, like, what John Hughes movie I was gonna grow up watching, and it happened to be Ferris Bueller.
Yes!
So, that was the only one I watched as an actual child, I guess, technically. I think. No, there's probably other ones that I watched as a kid. Well, like, because Home Alone, everyone's watched them. But is it, like, it's not like the classic, like, teen John
written
Hughes.
by John Hughes, but not directed.
So then it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ferris Bueller is my favorite. I feel like everyone loves Ferris. I don't know a single person who's like, I don't know about that. It does
give me anxiety.
Yeah, Kendall talked about it.
I went to a drive-in movie the other week, and they were playing Ferris Bueller and Beetlejuice, which we're also going to talk about.
Sick.
And, I love Ferris Bueller. I love the movie. I think it's, like, great. I think it's a great storyline. But, like, I feel for Cameron so much that, like, when I was watching it, I was just like, like, it hurt. Like, eventually I relaxed. Yeah. But, like, it's just...
It's anxiety. It
is, just because I would be that friend. Yeah. Like, I would be like, no, like, I can't do this. I can't go against whatever my parents said, you know?
We were just talking about this, and I was like, I don't know, I guess I get too much into the head of, like, Ferris. And I guess I feel like I'm more, whatever his love interest name is, what's her name? I don't remember. It's, like, a weird name. But, oh yeah, look it up. Okay. I guess I get too much into her, because she just kind of, like, lets them do their thing, and I know that if I was, like, with a group of troublemaking guys, I mean, I guess it depends. I would be a little bit, like, more like Cameron, because I would still have that anxiety. Right. But I feel like I would also let go a little bit. Yes. Like, I would just be like, whatever. And I just get too into Ferris's mode of stuff. What? Salone!
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Salone. Yeah.
What?
What? Wait, what?
No! Wait?
Who?
Is that... Oh my god, I am so dumb. I didn't realize that Cameron, the guy that plays Cameron, is the same guy from Succession.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that is, but he's also in, I saw him in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes. He's on there.
Yeah. I remember seeing it
Alan Ruck.
Wait a second, what?
Oh my god, I didn't freaking know that. How did I not know that?
He looks exactly the same. Not exactly the same. He just
no,
looks like
but he doesn't.
To me, I just see him and I go, oh yeah, that's him. I'm like, that's Cameron. Like, I saw him in Cheaper by the Dozen, and I was
because in Succession, a lot of the times he has, like, facial hair.
Oh, well, that would make sense. I wouldn't recognize him then.
What's the brother's name? I haven't seen Succession in a while, but a lot of people don't know about that show, but that's a really good HBO show. If you have HBO, highly recommend checking out Succession. It's a really, really good movie.
Show? Movie.
It's a really good show.
Okay.
Connor! He's Connor!
We're talking about Nicholas
Yes! We love Greg!
There's a lot of great people in that.
There is a lot of really good people in that show. I really recommend checking it out. Also, the oldest brother's name is Kendall, so that's pretty cool. Anyways. But, oh my god, I did not freaking know that!
Putting things together.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller's just iconic.
I know, but I do love Cameron. I think he's so adorable.
See, I never cared for Cameron when I was a child. I just was like...
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about him when I was younger.
I don't know, I guess I don't even know what I thought as a kid. There's a lot of jokes that definitely went...
Oh, yeah.
Right over my head as a child. I'm pretty sure it's also the movie that we watched the beginning of, like, 50 times when we were buying our new van. Not the one that our new van, because now we just got a new one, which is kind of, like, funny, and then...
Wait, I still haven't seen it.
I can show you it. Okay. It's pretty cool, just like a spaceship.
Yeah.
It also kind of looks like a Tesla.
It looks like a spaceship?
It just, like, when I look
color
at
is it?
White. It's white and then all black, like, trim and tires and stuff.
Okay.
It's nice.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you good. I don't know what else to say about Ferris Bueller. Everyone knows what Ferris Bueller is about.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. I didn't know this. Kenny Ortega, finally you remember his name. He is everyone knows him as the director of High School Musical. He's also the director of Descendants. But he directed, or I swear he said he directed, but I know he at least choreographed the, dancing scene in Ferris Bueller, when they're on the parade, like when Ferris is on the float, and they have all that giant, like, dance number. He choreographed that. And I'm pretty sure he had him direct that. I swear that's what he said, because they were friends, and apparently John Hughes called him up and was like, hey, I know you want to be a director, like, would you want to choreograph and direct this little bit for Ferris Bueller, so... Fun facts. Did you say someone else was cast to play Ferris?
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah.
Anthony Michael Hall, they wanted, Anthony Michael Hall to do it, but he was like... because he wanted to like, play more adult characters, because he was, like, 22 or something at the time, and he was like, I don't know if I want to play a 17-year-old. Yeah. So, and then John Hughes was like, nope, and then he didn't want to talk to him anymore. John Hughes was he did not separate business and personal.
I'm happy they picked Matthew Broderick.
Oh, yeah, of course, so and and he did that was his, like, breakout role.
And then he became Simba.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, he didn't really do much after that.
Well, he's done a bunch on Broadway and stuff.
Oh, well, that kind of stuff. But, like, no other movie that got as iconic as Ferris Bueller.
It's just...
But yeah, watching that in the drive-in was super cool.
And Ducky from Pretty in Pink also reminds me so much of Ferris and Ferris Bueller. I don't remember which came first. I want to say Pretty in Pink did, but I don't know if that's right.
No, because Mom was like...
Because I feel like either he based Ferris Bueller on Ducky, or Ducky was based on Ferris Bueller. Yes, that's the right way to say that.
Ferris Bueller, that was 85, wasn't it? I want to say it was 85 or 84. Apparently so. That's Alan Ruck. Go back.
I don't remember that.
Go back.
I'll have to figure that one out.
Hello?
Hello?
Ferris Bueller came out in 86. I want to say Pretty in Pink came out in 87.
I think it was also 86. So I was gonna say, wait a second, because I remember telling my dad, he was like, what year did Pretty in Pink come out? And I was like, it says 86.
Yeah. February 1986, and then...
Ferris Bueller. It can't be any earlier than February.
No. June.
Okay.
Featured song, Oh Yeah.
That's really funny. Ooh. Also, when Spider-Man Homecoming, when they reference Ferris Bueller and they have it playing... Iconic.
That is so cute.
And people reference that movie all the time. Like, you see it on t-shirts. People are always...
Swing.
Bada. I used to do that as a child.
I have a Say Ferris shirt.
Yeah, my brother has one too.
Yes, got it from the dude section at Target.
That's where we got it from my brother.
Heck yeah.
Although he had one, like, a long time ago. It was from another place.
Yes.
But, yeah, I just loved that movie since I was a kid. So.
Yeah, it is. It's just a good... It's just a fun movie. Mm-hmm. Unless you have really bad anxiety like I do.
Yeah, see, now I get how I am... Cameron, like, I understand now, but definitely as a child, I did
not just like, dude, why is he like,
why is he so anxious
rude,
like that? And then when he's like laying in bed and is depressed, that went right over my head as a kid. I was like, he's sad? I don't understand.
I know.
I was like, what?
I know. I love it.
So funny. Okay. What's your
oh shoot. I don't even know. Hold on, give me a hot second. I've been looking up a bunch of things.
Wait, which is your favorite John Hughes?
I would say Pretty in Pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Pretty in Pink is my second favorite. So.
Poltergeist is my next one. So, Poltergeist Jess hasn't seen, but I watched that. I don't even know who directed that, to be honest with you. But that movie I watched for the first time this past fall because my mom was showing me a bunch of... Because I was like, I want to watch a bunch of like old 80s horror movies and stuff. So I watched it, and it was...
Toby Hooper.
The story was by Spielberg. Okay, but
and
still,
he produced it. Or helped produce it.
The movie was it's funny, and it's not supposed to be funny, but it is funny. But it's crazy because when you think about it, it was like one of the first movies like to come up with that sort of storyline, but it's been reproduced so many times.
What is the storyline?
So their house is just kind of like haunted at first, so there's some like really weird parts where like the kid like sits at one part of the kitchen and then she just like woo and then like slides to the other part and then you like put a chair and it slides to the other part, like so like there's like there's like something really weird going on. And then the girl like so for some reason I didn't know this back before they had like TV going on 24/7 at I guess, I don't know if it was midnight or 2 a.m., the national anthem would play. And so that's how I'm pretty sure that's how it starts, is like the national anthem is playing on the TV, and someone's asleep, and then the little girl, like comes down the steps or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know, that whole part was like super weird. It's definitely super weirdly edited.
Yeah.
But, so like, pretty much the whole thing is like the little girl gets... the little girl gets, like, sucked into the TV, so she's, like, stuck in the TV, but that's, like, when, like, you know what we all call, like the salt and pepper or whatever, like, the static.
Yeah.
But, so, like, the little girl's, like, trying to, like, communicate with her family through the TV, and you're just, like, everything just, like, goes freaking off the wall. Like, they call in a priest, and then they call in, some other, like, ghost hunters and stuff, and it's crazy. Ooh. But then they pretty much, it's like, they find out, I mean, I automatically assumed it, because, like, the dad works for I don't know if he's an architect, I can't remember what it is exactly, but, he is with someone that's, like, buying up a bunch of land and building houses, and it's like this
contractor.
Very like cookie cutter neighborhood. Like all the houses are exactly the same. They're exact same layout, exact same colors. Like nothing's different.
Yeah.
And there's like one part in the movie where he's talking with one of the bosses or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, we're buying all this land and then building more houses." He said something weird, and I was like, "Oh, so clearly like." The house was built on a graveyard. So then like, you know, they find all these ghosts coming out, and then it's some of the special effects, I have to say, are pretty good for the time being. I think it was 80. Was it 1980? It was definitely. Oh, it was 83. I was gonna say it was definitely early 80s. So it was pretty cool with like. I can imagine being a young kid and seeing that and being terrified of the television.
So I was gonna say, that would make sense.
But it was just a fun movie, and I think it's
82.
82, okay. So, but I feel bad, but Children of the Corn is another one. I just laugh.
I did not like this.
I laugh at them because I think they're so funny, but it's also like freaking Malachi. You're just like Malachi. Is it Malachi or is it Isaac? I don't know, whatever the one that's not the redhead, is, like, terrifying. Like, he is, like, a small man.
In Children of the Corn?
Yes, yeah. In Children of the Corn, like, he's a small man, and you're just like, why is your voice like that? Why do you look like that? But the rest of it, I laughed so much. I felt bad.
It's so weird.
It is.
We didn't even sit and watch all of it. Like when I watched
all of it. Yeah, I watched all of it.
We saw some of it with my brothers and their friend.
Yeah, it was. I think it's so funny. I need to watch the other ones, honestly. But they're just
to laugh at them.
Yes, because I don't know why, but I just think they're so funny, and it's just like such a random plot line. They're like, oh, here's a couple, and the one's a doctor, and he's supposed to be going through this town. Like, it's just so random.
Yeah, Children of the Corn is really weird.
But yeah, all right. That's enough for the horror movies. Sorry.
This is funny though, because this is a great transition into my next one, which is Ghostbusters. Because we've got ghosts.
80s horror movie.
Imagine. Although it did creep me out as a child.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, because like Kendall, I loved Halloween and I loved spooky things.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halloween used to be my favorite holiday of like ever until like middle school. So
it's still my favorite holiday.
I watched Ghostbusters a lot as a kid. I haven't seen it in so long, and I need to watch it because I used to love it. Like it's one of those movies where it's weird to me that Bill Murray is old now.
Right?
Like, that's the reason. Because I watched him so much as a child that I'm like, you were permanently, like, what was he, like, 30?
I know.
In his I don't even know. But, like, he's a not a young man, but he's, like, middle-aged,
But every time I see him now, I'm like, he's that
so
old?
weird that he is so old.
I know, and
he's an old man, and it's weird.
I feel bad, but I'm just like, I don't think, he's not gonna die, right?
I know, right? I hope
he can't die.
Not. He's so iconic. He's Ghostbusters. So I loved that movie as a kid. I think everyone knows the plot of Ghost. We all know the song. It's just
Every time I hear that song, I always think of Hershey Park. Because every time I was there.
Because one time I went there and they played it.
But I don't know. Every time I was always there. Like we always went to the Hershey Park in the dark. But also I just remember always being there and like the song playing and being
that's so funny.
I ain't fading no ghost.
And the marshmallows, the steampunk marshmallow man, Don't Cross the Streams, Slimer. We have, it's gonna make me sound super bougie. We don't have like an actual arcade machine at my house, but we have like this little like fake one that we like built, and it has like a bunch of arcade games on it. And Kendall and I were playing that this past weekend, and we played a Ghostbusters game from the 80s,
was super
and it was
cool.
So fun. That was really fun to play.
It was. It's just literally the joystick and then like 2 buttons.
I really need to rewatch that movie. But yeah, the old like the demon dogs used to freak me out as a child. I don't know what they were actually called, but I call them demon dogs. Even though it's like, is that what they call them in Stranger Things?
Demodogs?
They call them demodogs, yeah. I called them, like, I just refer to them as demon dogs, because they used to freak me out. And when she, like, floats off the bed when she's possessed, and I am the gatekeeper, are you the key keeper, or something weird?
Are you the key master?
Key master, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part used to freak me out, but I loved, like, the beginning when they would, like, go and hunt the ghosts. I also feel like I'm gonna watch it, and it's gonna feel like a lot shorter of a movie than I remember, because as a child, time is, like, so much longer. So I remember that movie being so long in my mind, and it's not.
It's really not. It's just a fun concept.
It's a fun movie.
It is.
So fun. And it takes place in New York. We love
Yes.
Ghostbusters, but...
Yes, Ghostbusters is a great movie.
Okay.
Okay, do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I have the Goonies.
Yes!
Goonies. Okay, so Goonies is one of my top 3 movies ever. I don't know why. Another movie, I just kind of don't know why I love it. I think it's just because I love the dynamic of just, like, such a cute little friend group. And, like, just coming together, like, to, like, one last hurrah before they're all supposed to be, like, separated and everything. But it's just so playful, and it's just, like, clearly none of this could ever happen. But it's just so much fun. And there's just... I just love how, like, each of them brings different thing to the table. Like, how the one is just kind of, like, the lead, like, Mikey's, like, the leader of the group, and then, Mouth is, like, he's the one that actually speaks Spanish, so he can, like, help them do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, Data is the one that has all the little gadgets and everything, and then freaking Chunk and Sloth, you're just, like, what a great pair, you know? But, it's just such a fun... movie. I'm sure that everybody knows what it is. I would at least hope that they would know what it is.
Heard of it at least.
Yeah, and it's just so much fun. I love there's some really cool shots and everything. I love that they filmed in, I want to say, Washington State. There's that beach is, like, super pretty. That they filmed at, but I don't know, it's just super fun, and freaking, like, baby Josh Brolin is super weird, but, like, I always forget it's Josh Brolin, because you're like, really Thanos,
yeah.
But, he's...
And baby Samwise Gamgee!
Yes! But, he's... I don't know, it's just a good movie. It's another one that you just want to watch when you're just, like, maybe you're not feeling super great, and you're like, okay, let me watch all these cool kids.
Pick me up.
Yeah, cool kids, like... play this fun game, because there's so many, like, funny moments, like the whole thing when Mouth is, like, translating the Spanish to the nanny or whatever that's there, and he's just telling her, like, he talks about, like, cockroaches, and he's like, he says some other stuff that you're just like, oh my god, this poor woman.
Aww.
But it's so funny. But yeah, it's just a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I need to rewatch it still, because I haven't seen it since I was, like, 6. When was the first time you watched it?
So I watched it when I was super young, but I didn't become, like, obsessed with it probably till I think I was, like, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, like...
Good enough for you. Sorry, that's the song. It's a Cyndi Lauper song.
Oh,
that was the song that they played in it, and then she had this whole cute little music video for them, like, dressed up as pirates and stuff. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yes. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Go ahead.
That was good.
Next song.
Song?
Movie.
Next song. I don't know what song I would sing for this. Oh, Power of Love. That's exactly what I would sing. Which, that should give it away. It's Back to the Future. Which, I kind of, like, that was definitely a couple and not, like, an adult couple, because they were, like, like, the arm, her arm was, like, around this, and I don't know, I was like, that's a little, it's hot, like,
ew,
comfort,
touch each other.
Yeah, sweaty.
It's too sticky.
Okay, Back to the Future, everyone knows that movie, but what was I gonna say? Oh, it's kind of similar to you said with the Goonies, because I remember watching all 3, like, the whole trilogy when I was little. I was probably, like, would have been, like, 8 or 9, probably, and then I had to, when did I rewatch it? I know I had to rewatch it for my film writing class, freshman year of college, my first, like, screenwriting class, basically, or screenplay writing, whatever you want to call it, script writing class, which was a prerequisite for my major. He had us watch it and take a test on it, and it was really fun to have to answer questions.
Cool.
It was only, like, 3 questions, and it was, like,
chill.
I don't remember, it was, like, what year does he go back to, and then, like, what car is it that he travels in time? Yeah.
What year did they go? 1960?
65, isn't it?
I was going to say 65.
Because it's 85, I'm pretty sure, is where
Is
they
that what
are.
it is?
Yeah, and then they go to, wasn't it 2015?
Yes.
What else was I going to say? Yeah, I know it's, like, honestly, to me, I know a lot of people, when I was thinking about it last night, because I knew I wanted to put it on this list, yeah, so I rewatched it, I never even finished my other thought, I rewatched it, like, in, around high school-ish, I think, and then, yeah, I think it was, like, senior year, I finally, like, rewatched it, and then I rewatched it again for that class, freshman year of college, but senior year, I think I rewatched it, just, like, with my parents. I think we watched all 3 of them, actually. We watched the trilogy again, because I hadn't seen them in so long, and I was like, movies are freaking good, man.
Yeah.
It's just so good. And you love Marty McFly.
How do you not?
You love the whole story.
You do.
And it is crazy that it's held up so well.
I know.
And I wanted to talk about how, like, I know to a lot of people, like, they say, like, the best movie is, like, either Casablanca or Citizen Kane. And I'm like, for the time period, like, of the 1950s, was it 50s? 40s? Whatever it is. Frick.
40s,
I should know
40s.
this.
40s, I think, was Citizen Kane.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, I know people say, like, it makes sense for the time period, but they just haven't aged well. Like, no, like, not that the
Definitely
cinema...
not Casablanca.
Okay. Not that the cinema is not great and that the storyline is, like, you know, not...
There's some problematic things.
Well, yeah, but also, like, it's not, like... The actual, like, the story arc of it, like, is not crafted well, because it is.
Right.
But I've watched both of them, and can I just say, they're so freaking boring. They just don't hold up in the same way.
I want to watch
for
Citizen
modern watchers.
Yeah.
Just in my opinion,
I got you.
Who cares? I'm a Gen Z film student, no one cares. But
I do.
The fact that, I mean, it's not as old, obviously. Back to the Future's only, like, what, 30-something years old?
Right.
So... It's nearly 40 years old, isn't it? Yeah, it should be coming up on its 40. Yeah, but it holds up so well, and I would argue for me it's just, like, the best movie. Like, everyone likes it.
It is.
It's so well done. It's, like, it's just classic, and it just holds up so well.
It does.
And it's impressive that it holds up for, like, I feel like some 80s movies, I mean, like, a lot of them... Ooh, bless you. A lot of them hold up, because clearly we made this list. But, like... Some of them you do have to kind of, like, grow up with. Whereas Back to the Future, I don't think you do. It still feels relatable nowadays, and it makes you feel things, and the music is still good.
And it's never boring.
No, it holds on to your attention the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
Back to the Future is great. I mean, I would definitely just say the first one. I don't really even remember the other two very well. They're not my favorite in particular,
great, but...
the first
definitely.
The first is great.
Of course.
It's on my list of favorite movies, because it's just great.
Yeah.
You love them. You love to see it.
You do. It's great.
Yeah.
Alright. My next one is, E.T. I love E.T. There's a moth in my car.
Yep, I see him.
But E.T. is a movie that I was always, like, scared to watch when I was younger. Just because E.T. is not a very friendly looking thing.
No, he's not.
He looks like a thing of skin.
I think I wanted to watch it when I was younger, though, because it was spooky in my mind.
Yeah. So, my grandma she loves E.T., and I love him now. But when I was younger, I was kind of terrified of him. So she had this, like, she still has it. It's, like, this E.T. that's, like, I don't know, probably, like, 3 feet tall.
Oh my god.
And, like, you press his hand, and he just, like, says, like, E.T. phone. And, like, in his voice and everything. So, and that used to scare the crap out of me.
Yeah, that would scare me as a child, actually.
And if he was the same size as you were like, what is this? But, I finally watched it. I think, again, I think it was sometime in early high school. I watched it again, and I was just like, what the heck? I cried so much at the end. I was just like, I was like, I didn't expect to cry this much in this movie.
Yeah.
But it's a really good movie. He was such a good little actor. Freaking little baby Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
So cute.
Yeah.
She is so cute. Just be good. And oh, God, they're all so precious.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a child, so that, like, sucks. Because I watched it at my grandma's house, and I've only seen... I think we may have watched all of it. I can't remember if I've just seen parts or if I've seen all of it. But I remember the ending very distinctly, seeing that. And I was probably, like, I mean, little Drew Barrymore's age. Like, I was, like, 6 or 7 or something ridiculous.
But it was... I just love that. I think that there's some, like, super, like, really good, like, cinematic things. Like, the whole... In high school, in my script writing class, we had to analyze the opening scene. So it, like, first it, like, it's up in the sky, and then it pans down to the forest where, like, E.T. or whatever is, and there's no words for, like, the first, I want to say, like, 4 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's just sound of, like, the guy's running with, like, the keys on his belt and everything, and, like, E.T. running. I just think it's, like, there's just so many really well planned out elements in that movie, and it's so
good
pretty.
Storytelling.
Yeah, it is. But, and yeah, that's Spielberg, and I love Spielberg, so, yeah. Alright.
Good times.
Yes.
Okay. My next one is one that isn't actually from the 80s. It's from 79. So I don't know if that Cats are not. It's like kind of close.
Ooh.
I just dropped my phone.
That didn't sound good.
It's fine though.
Okay.
Wow, my phone be hardy out here.
Okay.
How did that not crack?
Ha ha ha. I died.
I needed it hardcore.
You did.
Okay. I was like, you're not from the 80s. So it's called Breaking Away, and I don't know if anyone, my mom loves this movie. I don't know if it's her favorite movie, but she loves this movie, which is why I watched it for the first time. I think I was like, when did I first watch it? I was like maybe 11, 12, something like that. And then I watched it again recently, and I was like, I get why she liked this. Like, you have to be a little older to get it. How old are they in that movie? Because I'm trying to explain, like, probably no one knows the plot.
I've never heard of this movie before.
You've heard me talk about it. My mom really thinks you would like it.
Really?
It does seem like something you would like, but I don't know. You might like it, but we should watch it at some point. Okay. Or you can watch it and rent it somewhere. I don't know.
Watch it on Friday or Saturday.
We could!
Yes.
Okay, that's a good idea. I feel like it's kind of long. It might be like 2 hours. But I don't know how, yes, it's the summer before I think they're going into college. And it's like 4 boys, I want to say. Like, it's a 4-boy friend group, but it follows, like, the main guy. Basically, the premise, the only way I can explain it, I think he sees a girl on the street or something. Oh, frick, do we even actually see him meet her? I don't remember. He, like, falls in love with this girl who's, like, Italian or something, and so he changes everything about himself to, like, get this girl, basically. Like, he wants to date her, so he's like, I gotta be Italian, too. Okay. So, he's very American. And so he's like, the running joke is he wants to be a biker. He wants to be a cyclist. And so, like, a lot of the movie, he's, like, training to be a cyclist, because they do that a lot in, like, Italy. Like, back then, that was, like, a thing, you know? And his dad, like, hates him for it. He's like, why is he always wanting to bicycle ride? And he's like, the real leaf blower. But he also... He doesn't want him to be Italian. Like, he's like, we're American in this family. Like, he's very, like,
we're American.
And his mother is always just like, it's okay, dear. Like, let him. I think it's nice. And he, like, plays opera in the house and all this stuff. But it's basically about his friend group. It's kind of, like, Pretty in Pink-esque, because they kind of come from the not money. No, all of them. His whole friend group is, like, the not money side of town. And they're called cutters. Is like their friend group is like they're all they call them cutters because they used to cut marble. Their family, or the family is like their parents were the ones, their dads I guess back then would have been the ones who were like cutting marble for their town or whatever. Like that was like a thing. They all like worked at this factory. So instead of going to college, they did that. And it's basically like the main like heart of the story is the son like coming to grips with like his father and choosing a different path of like either going to college or not. And it's basically all of them deciding like, do I want to go to college or do I want to be like my parents and be like a cutter and work at a factory or like go right into the workforce. So that's like the main thing, and the main conflict is mostly like at the heart of it's between him and his dad. But it's also about like his group of friends coming to terms with like they have like fights with like the rich kids who went to the private school and are gonna go on to college and stuff. And so it's about like money versus not money. So it's kind of that sort of thing, but it's just like a really like, it's kind of endearing. It's got a lot of funny moments. Ooh, there's some hard moments where I just remember the one time they're like doing a race against like one of the guys who's like all fancy and goes to college or whatever. And he like hits his head against the stone and oh my gosh, it hurts. It just looks so painful, and my mom always can't watch that part because his head cracks open and it's horrible to watch. And he, like, it's cute, it has, like, little romantic moments, because he's trying to be Italian, so he goes and sees the girl, she's, like, she must be older, because she's, like, already at a sorority or something, and he, like, goes and, like, plays, like, serenades her with, like, an Italian, no, but he's playing the guitar, his friend is playing the guitar, and he's singing, like, this opera song. It is so funny. It's a cute movie, it's really good. I'm pretty sure it has pretty good, like, reviews, because it's got, like, it's got, like, a good storyline. It's a little slower, but... Technically not 80s, but 79, and if my mom watched it, she probably saw it in the 80s, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Your next one.
So, yeah, I have Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice, directed by my boy Tim Burton. We Out Here, I've always loved it. I don't know why. Michael Keaton, my boy, you know. Catherine O'Hara, she's pretty cool. What is that one dude? Alec Baldwin, he was cool, too.
Literally the main girl, Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah, Winona Ryder. Yeah, that was her like real breakout role or whatever. But she was super cool. Mm-hmm. I just love that movie just because it's just so spooky and like the whole concept of like having like a manual like when you die and everything. I just think that's so like cool, and I love the music because that's my boy Danny Elfman. I love him. If he was not 70, I would probably marry him.
I love that.
But yeah, it's just a really good movie. I love the whole storyline. Beetlejuice is such a like fun character. Like it's kind of terrifying, but then I like also how they mix it with like puppets and like claymation and stuff with the sandworm.
Yeah,
and
everything. Like every like art form.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Film form.
Yeah. But yeah, there's 30 seconds left. Go.
Okay. 30 seconds. Oh, frick, there are only 30 seconds.
Yes.
Sorry, I took up so much more than that. The other thing I have is Airplane, which I don't really have a lot to say because I watched it as a child. It's a really big. It's a comedy film. I don't remember the plot literally at all, except for they're on an airplane, and it's just really funny. It's like stupid humor, and they could definitely not get away with half of those jokes now, which, like you said, is kind of every 80s movie.
Right.
But it's really funny. I remember thinking it was hilarious as a child, and my whole family used to like watch it and laugh, like my extended family too. So yeah, it's a funny movie. It's a good time.
So, we had kind of a lot more movies.
Like a lot more.
But we don't want to bother you guys too much about this kind of stuff. We could talk about movies for hours.
We could talk with movies
We could talk with movies forever. But yeah, so...
Thank you for listening.
But yeah, thank you. Hopefully you guys actually like cared about our opinions about 80s movies, because we could talk about them.
You should comment below some 80s movies you like, or if you don't like any 80s movies or don't know of any, just like tell us your favorite movies.
Or if you don't agree with our opinions.
Yeah, talk about movies in the comments below, or these movies
are cars going by. Alright. So we want to thank you guys for watching.
Yes, and listening.
Yes,
to the podcast.
And listening. So we will see y'all next week.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Bye. We don't know what we'll do.
No, we have no idea.
We have no idea.
Only causes your heartache and pain. I don't even know how that happened. I'm sweating.
Same.
Okay.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
It's funny. And he's the one with the girlfriend.
Heartache and pain.
I feel like you could tape it together. I don't know why that was
tape it. Yeah. Okay.